How do you prove a black hole? How do you know those gravitational waves proved the collision of two black holes?
Somehow, eventually, they are able to observe phenomena.
No, they can't observe. It's too far away. It's too theoretical. How do we know what they're saying is true? You know what it really is? It's all science fiction.
Is it possible that life exists on that planet that's only a shadow in a telescope? Those are the imaginative things that NASA are looking at that's every bit as passionately imaginative as science fiction.
You've inspired so many people to enter the sciences. How do you balance science with science fiction?
They're both the same. The mystery of science fiction is what I'm talking about. Science and science fiction are essentially the same.
Thank you very much.
Just like William Shatner just stated, science and science fiction are one and the same. And the whole concept, the whole idea of Nibiru and this supposed cataclysm that's going to take place in the future with Nancy Leiter, and that's what I want to get into, the planned names with these people that put these ideas in your head. Of course, they're connected to those behind the scenes. You know, as always, they love to mock, and the name, again, Leiter. Take away the D and you get liar. The whole idea of Nancy Leiter supposedly being abducted by these aliens from Zeta Reticuli and having an implant put in her brain. I mean, this is stuff of movies, and again, that's all it is. For those that follow my channel, you'll know we live on a flat earth. There is no deep space. All we have is inner space. And just take a look at Nancy Leiter. I believe a trans investigation is needed on this thing. Take a look at these photos. Not Clooney. But, again, looks like a man to me. But this is not the point of this video. Now to move on here, I found this interesting as well. Again, with the play on names in science fiction. And of course, as always, these people that make it on top of this world, they are occultists. With Lyman Spitzer Jr., again, play names with the Lyman. Okay, the whole idea, the whole concept of the Hubble telescope was from him. And of course, they supposedly have the Spitzer Space Telescope. You know, all it is basically nothing more than CGI. Nothing more than a composite, but that's all you need to do. All the masses need to see is this phony, garbage, basic CGI composite photo, supposed photo or image. Nothing more than an artist's conception drawing. And that's all they need to know. That's all they need to see to believe in these lies. And an interesting backstory with Lyman Spitzer. He just so happened to attend Yale, where he graduated the Phi Beta Kappa in 1935. And was a member of Skull and Bones. What an amazing coincidence for all those coincidences out there that believe there are no conspiracies. Of course, all the connections with George Bush, John Kerry, and Skull and Bones. Okay, it's all about Freemasonry. Take a look here at some of these photos. You see older Bush here. And of course, running back in 2004, John Kerry, George Bush. It just so happens two supposed graduates of Yale going against each other. Left versus right, Democrat versus Republican. Unbelievable how people can't connect all these simple pieces to put together. And they're just in love with the lie system. They can't step out. It's just much easier just to go with the flow, like all the rest of society, just believing the lies. And again, there are no supposed conspiracies. Just like you have here, Jack Parsons. Move this over a bit. Of course, an occultist, a Thelemite occultist, basically, protege of Aleister Crowley and the Thelemic Society. I'll scroll down here. Here, of course, you see Werner von Braun, former Nazi. Scroll down a bit more. There's Jack Parsons. And here, of course, is Aleister Crowley and the Thelema Society. It's pretty obvious. All the connections here with supposed space. I find it interesting with his name, with his original name, Marvel Parsons, like Marvel Comics as well. Just nothing more than fantasy. And basically what it all comes down to, these people behind rocketry, the goal was not to get into space. They can't get into space. The whole purpose behind the rocketry industry throughout the world is just getting a rocket that is capable enough to just basically get up in the sky and basically do its arch and land in the ocean. Nothing more than, again, as I stated many times, these rockets are nothing more than expensive fireworks. As I show many times, the supposed launch of these space shuttles by NASA. Yeah, like they're really going to space. Don't tell me this low Earth orbit garbage supposedly going around the ball Earth. Why doesn't anybody videotape the supposed space shuttle launches as they go around the low Earth orbit around the other side of the ball? They don't. This is all you see. Basically, again, they just crash in the ocean. Okay, you're going to believe these liars. Go ahead and do it. Look at that. Unbelievable. It's so easy to fool people. Especially this one here. Just look at this one. Going into space. It's not going into space. It's just staying within the firmament. That's all it can do. Staying within. Cannot get in outer space. And rockets, even suppose if there was no firmament, how do rockets work without oxygen? Of course, they're going to give you these phony baloney stories how they mix this compound with the jet fuel to give it oxygen to work in space. But it's all nothing more than science fiction. That's all it is. Just like this whole concept here. This is from one of my past videos. Jim Morrison's breaking through to the other side. Talk about how it's basically referring to the firmament. You see here this supposed space shuttle. Of course, they don't launch straight up. So they can't get past the firmament once again. So you have Lyman Spitzer, again, the plan names. You have Nancy Leiter. Again, trans investigation needed. Definitely with this photo here. Now, all the connections. You have, again, Zachariah Sitchin. Okay, the whole idea of the 12th planet and Nibiru, Planet X, doing a Masonic handshake with Jordan Maxwell. Okay, take a look here. Jordan Maxwell with the planet in the back. Subconscious programming. And the connection with Hollywood. With Disney's Michael Eisner. And of course, George Lucas with Star Wars. Again, the whole idea of outer space, other planets, other worlds, other life forms. Here's just another photo with George Lucas speaking with someone in the back. And then you see here again, Jordan Maxwell with David Icke. One thing I want to mention too, all these people that are in love with the idea of outer space, other worlds, aliens, the idea of Nibiru, and this whole, again, cataclysm pushed off by Nancy Leiter, or again, more like Nancy Liar. Science is based off observation and experiment. No one has seen any of these things. Again, all we get are concept composites of other universes, other planets. There's no photos of any black holes. It's all, again, science fiction, just like William Shatner stated.